movie is very different in tone from the first film. The first film is sort of a wonderful love letter to the origin of Cap and the time period. Cap is now in the modern world. The movie is a political thriller. In order to be germane to that tone, we wanted the movie to be as modern and as edgy and sort of aggressive as it could be, because you can't have thrills in a thriller unless the characters have real stakes and real jeopardy. So, Cap gets put through a lot in this film, and it's action heavy. It's a very intense movie.
It's in real time, so it's been 2 years, and we're both agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Chris pointed out earlier, which I never really thought about, the fact is we have, we're fighting on the ground. It's not like we have these superpowers that we use and fly around, and so we have a similar we have a shorthand between us. We fight in a similar style, and it's very much a working relationship. I think through a series of unfortunate events, they kind of find themselves in a situation where their working relationship is becomes a more kind of intimate friendship. I think they have some unexpected similarities between them. They have their guard up, they have their trust issues, and they also have both been working for, the man for, their entire career, professional career. So they really, this is through this kind of unexpected friendship that forms, or starting to question kind of what we want, and kind of start to kind of question their own identity. So it's a complex relationship that forms between them.
To be candid, that's kind of the hurdle with Captain America, is that his nature is to put himself last. His nature is to take everyone else's conflict and put it on his back, and as a result, it makes it difficult to find an interesting film, because most complex characters have flaws, and Cap's he's a Boy Scout. I think what's good about this movie is that, with the first Captain America film, it was about giving him the opportunity to serve, the opportunity to be a soldier. And in Avengers, you have so many other characters and all these establishments and relationships, so you can't really dive too deeply into the individual character. In this movie, it's about showing Cap now given the opportunity to serve, given the ability to give of himself. The question now becomes, well, what's right? I think he's so determined to be good, to do what's right. The conflict with, at least modern society, as opposed to the 40s, is what is right? I think in the 40s, it was very easy to say, well, Nazis are bad. We can all agree on that. Today, it's a little bit harder to know, well, where do you come, who am I serving? And with modern technology and the access, and this is pretty relevant today for all of us, where's the line? What are we willing to compromise in terms of civil liberties to ensure security? And I think that's where it gets blurry for Cap, knowing, well, what's the right thing to do? And I think that makes it an interesting conflict for him, because it's not about just doing the right thing, it's what is the right thing? And I think we actually get to explore Cap struggling with it, because it's not black and white, it's gray. And I think that's where his relationship with Black Widow comes to fruition. That was a weird sound. I won't do that. The relationship with Black Widow is interesting because she's someone who's always had the ability to compromise her morals and Cap is black and white. And I think as a result, I can't say too much, but something happens.
Just got a potential whistleblower.
Sam! Take it easy! Something happens, and as a result, these two people from different worlds need to rely on one another, and as a result, you have two people who, on the surface, may seem very different, find a lot of common ground, and learn quite a bit from one another.
I mean, in a sense, he's very similar to Steve Rogers, that he's another lost man in this new world. So, as we know, the journey for him is that he's just discovering about his own identity and sort of his role in this new world in his own way. So, for me, it was just sort of, how was I going to tie that to what you've already seen in the first film and still recognize the same person? in the end?
I think the difficulties are just about trying to meet the bar with which Marvel has set. You know, he has all these fantastic movies with fantastic people. Every time Marvel releases a movie, it's better than the last one. And you know, you just want to make sure you're not the weak link in the chain, I suppose. You know, you have all these really talented people coming together, and you just want to make sure you do your part.
I think he'll be surprised at how he introduces his character, and you know, compared to other things that I've done, Loving has been a little bit different to this. It was certainly a challenging experience, an exciting experience. I had so much fun playing this part, but you know, I can't say too much about how we introduce her because I guess you just have to get through the movie. But it's a great experience.
I mean, Joss really set the bar, I think, in Avengers to really sort of celebrate these female characters that are usually kind of bookends or sort of ornaments in the film to kind of sell the sex appeal of the movie. You know, he was so, you know, he was such a pioneer, you know, in really fleshing out these characters, you know, certainly Black Widow, and really making her a character that could get punched in the face and could deliver the blow and could, you know, and wasn't an intelligent, complex, you know, really strong female character for this series. So it's been a real pleasure for me to be able to play that and play those multi-layers and to really be able to act and not just pose. I think you know, our characters have you know, have some real storylines here. We're not just the romantic interest, and I think you know, makes our job interesting to watch too.
Is Captain America going to be ticked when he finds out that Coulson faked his death? Oh man,
That is just like, you know, bleeding into the world of like S.H.I.E.L.D., the TV show. I can't address it. This is like, I can't. You know, Marvel is such a delicate animal. You have to be so careful with what you say. I don't know. Who else? Kevin here. I can't. I don't know what to say.
There was no Agent Coulson. Android. What are Android? There's hundreds of them. There are hundreds of them hanging around in the closet.
I think it's really great you're playing the Falcon. The Falcon is now on the Avengers roster on Avengers Assemble, so don't you think it would be cool if the Falcon was also in Avengers?
No, I mean, look, from the beginning, when I'm growing up, my brother was a huge comic book person. He always showed me comic books with Black Panther and Falcon. And when I heard about the Falcon, and I was given the opportunity to meet the Russos, and we talked about it and what they wanted to do with the character. The reason it worked so well is the two of them had the ability to give dignity and substance to a character without making it heavy and hokey. And I think with the Falcon, what was so cool about the script where it is now and being able to work on it as an actor was having a three-dimensional real person. They just happened to be a tactical expert that can fly, you know? So I think if the Falcon is added to the Avengers world, what's up? I'm looking for the opportunity to take down Iron Man. So I'll be the only flying Avenger.